This is in no way, shape or form a sponsored or an affiliated video. Recipes. Okay, very old. Hey team, welcome to today's video and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Hayden. We're doing something a little different today. It is still a Monday, which means it is still going to be a review, but we're looking at some real gadgety tech type stuff today. And I'm sure you know what it is because it's in the title of the video. This is in no way, shape or form a sponsored or an affiliated video. I purchased this with my own money, and today's video is based on my experience, my first impressions, and all of that. My partner and I were over at Aldi, and we're looking at an item from Aldi. We were over at Aldi just getting some things, and I saw this in the middle specials aisle. Now, we are approaching summer, which means that this room, there is a cathedral ceiling. When it heats up, it was built in the 60s, so there's a slate tile roof. When it heats up, it gets really warm in here. We do have an air conditioner, a very old air conditioner. It does the job. It's very expensive to run, but this area where the computer is, and I do a lot of my work, does tend to get warm because of the computer. So I saw this thing and I was like, you know what? That would come in handy if it works. What I am talking about is the I'm desktop mini cooler. Now this was very inexpensive. I paid around 24 Australian dollars for this. I have tried to find information like a website or something, but I cannot find a website dedicated to this. It's on the Aldi website. I'm pretty certain that the I'm brand is their technology gadget kind of a thing that sits under Aldi. So whatever information I can find, I will put in the description below for you to check it out for yourself. So what exactly is it other than the obvious mini desktop cooler? And I'm reading it directly off the back before we open it up and have a look on the inside. It has a 2.8 watt power. There's a 275 milliliter capacity water tank, a 7-color nightlight, up to 6 hours of running time, 3 speeds, 3-in-1 fan, cool and nightlight, and sleep mode. It says within the box there should be the desktop mini cooler, the icebox, USB cable, quick start guide, instruction manual, and warranty certificate. Without further ado, let's crack on in. We'll have a look what it looks like. As we open the box up, I can see right on the outset, charging cable is sitting on top as your standard USB, which kind of looks like the plug that a Samsung would take on the other end. We have the user manual and then the warranty details. Wrapped in crepe paper within is the actual device itself. There's really not a lot of weight to this. So I'm hoping that that doesn't mean, because generally when something is like flimsy and light, it's not going to be great. And here we have the device itself, the mini cooler. We've got the vents on the front, controls on the top, which looks like the water tank on the side. It's got a max level, and then access to the fan at the back. It did come with a mini ice block that I have put in the freezer in preparation for this. It was sitting just on top. Now, first impressions, it is, like I said, it's on the light side. It doesn't have very high quality plastic. You can already see it's very shiny, and it kind of has a, I hate to say it, but like a Temu-wish kind of a vibe going on. But we've been proven wrong in the past before. The two things that were within the manual is the actual manual itself and then a quick start guide. Within the quick start guide, it says, read the full instruction manual before use. It contains comprehensive usage instructions, important safety advice, and recipes. Recipes? Okay, this quick start guide only contains basic usage instructions. You can see a little diagram of what it looks like on the inside, the actual mini cooler. Setting up. Before use, remove all packaging and inspect the appliance for any damage. Before using this product, you must remove the packaging from the filter. To do so, remove the water tank, open the control panel on top of the appliance, remove the packaging from the filter, then replace the filter in its original position. If you want to use the cooling function, make sure there is cold water in the tank. If you need to fill the tank, always do so before connecting the appliance to the power source. Duh. To fill the water tank, open the cover, pour clean cold water into the tank, observing the water full mark at the side, close the cover to the water tank. Note, the appliance can be used with or without water. The addition of water will help make the air cooler. Connect the mini air cooler to your computer or SELV power source using the supplied USB cable. Press and hold the on-off power button. You can see a diagram here that's on top of the device, the operations, the buttons. Press and hold the on-off power button for 1.5 seconds to turn on the air cooler. Press the fan button to adjust the fan speed. There are 3 fan speeds to choose from, low, medium and high. Press the light button to choose your LED light color. Press the sleep button to turn on the sleep mode for quiet operation. To turn off the sleep mode, press the sleep button once again. When you have finished using the appliance, press and hold the on-off button for at least 1.5 seconds to turn off the unit. Note, we recommend running the appliance on high fan speed for at least 5 minutes before powering off to allow for drying. Now, it did say to read the instructions. I am notoriously bad at doing that. I generally just skip it and then make the mistake and then go back to the instructions and figure it out. We'll have a general look at them, mostly so I can get the how to get the filter out, like I just said, because I wouldn't have known that had I not just read it. I would have just gone straight in. It says open the water tank cover. That comes straight off. That lifts up. Oh, I see what it means. You can see on the inside the filter there's plastic around it. There's not a lot to it on the inside. Once the filter is out, we'll remove the plastic. And this is what it looks like without the plastic coating. It's got a little diagram on the top saying this one's the front, so I'll make sure we put that at the front. That just slots straight back in like so. Then the water tank cover is back in. Setting up the desktop mini cooler. The desktop mini cooler has been designed to function quietly and safely and is easy to use. It comes fully assembled. Only the filter needs to be unwrapped before first use and water filled in the tank. Make sure the appliance is disconnected from the power source before preparing it for use and before filling the water tank. Using the ice box. To use the ice block to create an additional cooling effect, wipe the outer shell of the ice block clean and place it in a freezer. Once it is completely frozen, take the ice block and place it in the water tank compartment. Note, to prevent any potential discomfort or injury to your hands, please wear gloves when handling the ice block as it will be very cold. You heard it here first. Add clean water to the water tank, taking care not to exceed the max line. Close the water compartment and operate the unit. Right, that's enough. Let's put this to use. We have all of our items that we need to put this together. You can see the little water compartment. There's not a lot to it. I've got the pre-frozen ice block ready to go, just taking it out of the freezer. Let's see how we go. Making sure it's not above the max line. I may need to take some water out of there. Let's see how we go. Okay, we have it plugged into my computer. Got the little USB, you can see it's got the ice block in there. I've just finished filling it up. We'll do the on off, 1.5 seconds. 1.5 seconds, okay.
A few moments later.
Let's try that again. I have just plugged it into a power source and removed it from the computer, but I also did just push the plug at the back in a little tighter, so let's see. Okay, you know, that is cool. It says we can adjust the speed, low, medium, high, can change the light. Yeah, I'm not sure. There we go, green. Not a lot of options with the light. And then the final function is sleep, which takes it down to low. It doesn't have a lot of range. You stop feeling it around, actually that's around 30 centimeters from the actual appliance, the mini cooler. But it does what it said it's going to do up close. That is very cool air. That I can definitely see this coming in handy when I'm at work in my office, because the office notoriously gets hot because our air cons are not that great. And even sitting here doing my work that I need to do, this will definitely come in handy. For the price I paid and for what it claims it's supposed to do, it does what it's supposed to do. Now I will link what I can find down below. It is one of those things, I don't think you can't order it online. You actually have to go into store when they have the specials on. There are various other alternatives out there. I know Temu sells something similar. I know it's on Amazon. I've seen some of these things pop up over the years, and I know Bunnings sells a variety or a version of it. So if you can get your hands on it and you're one of those people like myself who just needs a little bit extra cooling. I get affected by the heat. I get a heat rash, which is funny because I'm a group fitness instructor and I sweat for a living. So it's always nice to have that little extra something at your desk while you're working. Thanks for watching, team. Make sure we do all the fun stuff, but most importantly, stay tuned.